Yo, this is Deontay the Bronx Bummer Wild, the WBC heavyweight champion of the world. And I'd like to give a big shout out to CJ Goodfellow, Sports TV. Bomb Squad, baby.
Don't forget to check out our sponsor, The Health Blaze, at thehealthblaze.com. 100% all natural products from lotions, soaps, foot soaks, bath bombs, and much, much more. Use the promo code Goodfellow1Boxing. Tell them your boy CJ Goodfellow sent you, get 18% off. We out. All right, man. Barry and Eddie Hearn have both caught the coronavirus. But let's start off with Sergey Kovalev. Kovalev didn't have to hit the race to beat his case. Let's talk about that. Hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. Check out our boxing news playlist for more videos like this. And well, Sergey Kovalev had that situation with the lady he met at a gym opening, a boxing gym opening in Big Bear, California. They went back to her place. They was, getting it on. And don't forget, Kovalev is a married man. They getting it on. She said Kovalev get a little aggressive. She asked him to leave. He hits the dog and allegedly punches her in the face. So he caught that case. So that was like last year we was talking about that. He pleads guilty to a misdemeanor. All right. So the case, basically, they sentenced him to 2 days in jail. He don't have to do 2 days because he already had time served. So what's so funny to me is in the United States of America, where they trying to crack down on illegal immigrants, all right, and they don't have no issues sending people back to Belize, back to Africa, Ghana, Zimbabwe. It's funny how we got situations where guys like Tory Lanez and guys like Conor McGregor and guys like Sergey Kovalev, they come here and commit a crime and they don't have to get threatened for deportation. But, Sean took a case for Puff Daddy at the time, P. Diddy, and he get exiled or, deported back to Belize. To me, that don't sound fair. All right, Kovalev and McGregor has especially McGregor has multiple run-ins in the United States, with smashing somebody, phone and just little things he did, the bus incident. And, you don't see Donald Trump and nobody pushing for them to be deported, but they trying to deport all these Mexican people, back to Mexico that's living in New Mexico, living in Texas, Southern California. That is their original ground. They own that before y'all stole it. How can you tell them to get off some ground that you don't own? And you want to deport kids and break them up from their parents like it's making a difference. Well, illegal immigrants are costing us this much money this year. Hey, if Republicans like Donald Trump pay their taxes, you know what I'm saying? I mean, if they pay their taxes, then we not in this situation. Everybody want to talk about pennies. Oh, it costing us this much money. I don't care. Make Amazon pay taxes then. Then it wouldn't be an issue. All right. So the way I look at it, man, it's funny how they real selective on who they want to deport. With the case Kovalev just caught, he should be up for review to be deported from the United States. Straight up and down. And she's still suing him in a civil court. He agreed to pay her, $650,000. I think he paid a little bit of it, but he hasn't paid the rest. I know he made like $11 million to take on Canelo Alvarez last, December, November. And I think the Top Rank took $2 million off the top. So he at least should have came home with $5 or $6 or $4 million. It's hard to sit there and pay somebody. Well, people are like, well, why didn't his promoter take it out of his check? They don't have to. They can ask the promoter to take it out of his check, but they're not going to do it. Why do you think that lady was chasing Adrian Broner to the Barclays Centers when he's fighting Mikey Garcia for his money? It's basically like a 1099. They give you a check for $3, $5, $6 million. They can ask the promoter to take the money out, but they're not. The promoter don't want to mess up his fighter, his relationship, so it's up to the fighters to take it down. It's up to the fighters to take the taxes out. But it's funny how Conor McGregor, all the incidents he get in, he hit an old man. It's a slap on the wrist. This situation in France, it's a slap on the wrist. Situation in Miami, it's a slap on the wrist. Situation when the UFC was at New York with the bus, it's a slap on the wrist. You know what I'm saying? You look at Kovalev, it's a slap on the wrist. He allegedly hit a dog. He allegedly punched that lady in the face, and she said she had fractures in her neck or something of that nature. And all he get to plead to a misdemeanor. He don't have to face deportation, or he don't get a warning. Come on. But we know how this gonna end. If you got some money and you know the right people, you're going to beat the case. That's the difference. People want to cry and they want to talk about, okay? They want to cry and they want to talk about, well, the system doesn't treat black people the right way and white people get slaps on the wrist. And I'm going to say about 80% of those cases will come down to financial resources. If you got a public defender, you know, and you selling dope out here and you got a public defender, well, you got to take that one on the chops. That's your fault. Truly. You know, that's the difference. They can afford a lawyer. A lot of black people or lower class people can't. That's the difference. Don't sit here and blame the prosecutor. Don't do the crime if you can't do the time, if you can't pay not to do the time. That's the biggest difference. In the judicial system, if you got money, you'll be in an all right position depending on how bad it was. If you don't got no money, no matter how low your situation was, your crime was, you're going to be in a bad position. And that's the biggest difference. It's money. It's not color all the time. People confuse color in the judicial system with money. If you got money, you will be all right. If you don't got money, you're not going to be all right. And if you got money and you white, you're probably definitely going to be all right. But that's what it comes down to in the judicial system. And Kovalev got money. Kovalev can play that lady off in a civil case. He could just give her the $650,000. She'd be good. She wasn't probably looking to prosecute Kovalev. She was looking for a come up. But my whole thing is, you invited him back to your cabin. He got aggressive. Did he get aggressive? Maybe he was drunk. He got aggressive. Who knows? But he pled guilty to some misdemeanor things. He got sentenced to 2 days in jail. He already got that. He got that for time served. So, you know, that is what it is on that situation. But, you know, with Kovalev, like I said, no matter if you come from Russia, you come from Ukraine, you know, Kazakhstan, it just seems like, you know, a lot of times to people, the color of the skin, it weighs a lot in America. You get slapped on the wrist. And also financially, he had the money to beat the case. So, I mean, that is what it is on that situation. So, at the end of the day, Kovalev pled to like 3 different misdemeanors, I believe it was. He won't serve no time in jail, slap on the wrist. He won't get deported. Old girl probably going to get the rest of her $650,000. That's going to be it. And don't forget, he was a married man too. What a married man sneaking off with, you know, in Big Bear with another woman? That's the question. But hey, that is what it is. Barry and Eddie Hearn have contracted the coronavirus. And Eddie had to leave a bubble. Don't forget, Barry Hearn had some type of heart surgery or heart attack not too long ago. And you got to remember, he said, you know, I used to be a slave trader, you know. And my son Eddie, nobody care about that, man. At the end of the day, I'd be lying if I wished him well. I would. You know, at the end of the day, any party that admitted to being a slave trader, and all that, I can't get with it. Straight up and down. Just can't get with it. And that's just my humble opinion on it. I ain't wishing no bad on him, but I ain't wishing no good. You know, when it come to us, as black people, we supposed to forgive everybody. That's the expectations. I don't have to forgive nobody. You know, Eddie Hearn has exploited enough black fighters out here. You know, y'all might think his intentions is good. It's not. It's not. He no different than a culture vulture. You know, he want to piggyback off of black fighters to build his Matchroom USA brand. And when he build it, he going to chew them up and spit them out. Same thing he going to do without Joshua. Same thing his father done with Eubank Sr. And that's just what it boiled down to. You know, Eddie Hearn ain't looking for your best interest. If he was looking for your best interest, would he be putting Dillian White back in the ring just a couple months after getting a devastating knockout to Alexander Povetkin? No. You know, Eddie Hearn and his father have made a lot of money off the labor of black people. And look at Eubanks Jr., he broke. That's just what it is. Y'all might take that, his little coke and a smile, and think it's funny, but it ain't funny. You know, as a black man, I couldn't be signing Eddie Hearn. It had to be a tremendous amount of money involved for me to consider it. You know, so, you know, at the end of the day, I don't care less if he got the coronavirus. At the end of the day, the zone looking like it's on its way out. It looking like it's on the fritz. You know, they gave Eddie Hearn all that money, and what has he done? Nothing. You know, then you sit back and you look at everything else that Eddie done. What's he done for Andrade? You know, he got the Danny Jacobs fight, got the Canelo fight for Danny Jacobs. That's cool, but what has he done? With this deal, he took more of his care of his UK and European fighters, all these guys like James Tennyson and the rest of them coming to America, Callum Johnson, getting opportunities to fight on TV when they don't. He took that man money and wasted it. You know, now they give him all the shows, you know, other than Jaime and Torian Johnson. Every other show he got, or he joined with Golden Boy. And they talking about pushing Ryan Garcia and Luke back to December. So I don't know why. So all these shows he got, Camille Zamata and Triple G. Who cares? Devin Haney and Gamboa. Who cares? Luke and Ryan, the one fight we care about, Golden Boy and Matchroom joining up. Who, you know, it's pushed back to December. You know, they got all these fights that nobody care about. Do me a favor, Zone. Wave the white flag. Send Eddie Hearn back to America, back to the UK. He can put on them Bulls job fights he want to put in over there. But hey, let me know what you guys think about the video. Don't forget me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out if you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video request. Keep sharing the videos. Want to make a donation to the channel? Cash App is CJGood313. PayPal link in the description. Appreciate the love, support. Don't forget later on, Ivan Barashnik and Jose Cepeda fighting on ESPN. I think it's ESPN. So I'll be tapping in that fight. Appreciate the love, support. We gone.